The owner suggested that they would like to do the install themselves, and asked us to stay on board and be more of a project management firm for our design, and kind of guide them through installing the different systems.
I mean, Nathan's the expert. We hired him as our audio-video consultant, and you know, really took his advice as to what we should use.
Harman's an easy choice to make when it comes to putting a system in, because they have an overall tool for every fix. They have a very good technical support staff, and they're willing to talk you through those particular problems, and they have that tool to fix it, whether it be the right microphone or the right speaker for the right place, or the processor for that particular space. They have that tool to fix the problem.
We've had some of these products now for 3 or 4 years. They've been running 24/7, and we've had very little problems. So I think overall, cost of ownership, Harman products are a very good value. Aesthetic look of the place is important, so we don't want people to notice that there's lots of speakers in the ceiling and things like that, so we try and design it so that things disappear. Having good quality sound evenly spread throughout the property when you've got noise of all the machines going on all day long, it's pretty difficult to do. I think some of those are probably some of the unique challenges of casinos, just the sheer number of people you get through the building every day. On an average, Saturday we get 30,000 people come through the building in a 24-hour period.
In JBL we have over 1,000 ceiling speakers throughout the casino, consisting of the 226, the 227, and the 300 series speakers in different places within the casino. We didn't have a slot machine in here when we tuned the room. There was no, because they did all the slots in 3 nights. Because they brought them in from out over next door, and the new ones in all at the same time. The way the ceilings are configured, it really kind of helped us out, because these are all custom 4x4 tiles that the owner came up with. So that kind of helps focus everything down more. So we thought that we would tune it one way, then have the slots come in and have to totally redo everything. We only made minor adjustments for reflections. It really didn't hurt us that much at all. Here we've got the normal casino zones, and then you can step right into the 300 series of the Jacks zone. We got a surround all the way around of 300, and then in interior of the bar there we've got AC 28s, and it's really, especially like on Super Bowl or any kind of events like that, it's going across, and then we got, of course, the subs above that. As far as performance speakers, we have Vertec 87s, 81 subs, and VRX, all in the Ultra Lounge, the 360 Ultra Lounge. So we have 2 separate systems here, and what we got is the JBL Vertec, the 87s with the 81 subs, and then out here we have the VRX surround just for the dance floor itself, so that we're not killing everything or shooting out with the band system. And it really is quite a bit of isolation in this area, because it gets really loud here. Above here are the new 7128s, extended woofer on it as well. We needed something that was going to give us a little bit of everything. Display of the Vertec, because it's such a wide room and it's not necessarily a long throw, we needed to be able to do center, left, and right very easily. When we're doing bands, the center channel becomes vocal only, and then we just supplement the band left and right with vocal. And it does very well in here. You can really understand the vocals very tight. But as far as Vertec, we wanted that wide display to give us that vocal feel all over. And then, of course, the drum feel left and right as well. That's primarily why. We just wanted, because if we were to do it with any of the other speakers, we would have to add so many to get the width that we wanted. At the Ultra Lounge, we are utilizing a Soundcraft SI2 console to basically run the entire day-to-day function of the room. The casino is priding itself on having both live entertainment and DJs every single night. In doing so, we need to be able to have the flexibility of changing from DJ to bands, and then on some nights, Saturdays especially, they have up to 3 bands and multiple DJs all in the same night.
It's just very versatile, and you can do things in a number of ways, and it makes it quicker when you're trying to mix on the fly. Rather than have to do things one way, you can do things a litany of ways. So I really like that aspect of it.
And we run this like we would a festival, whereas we have all the different band setups. It only takes like that 5 seconds to cross over from band to band, and all of our settings are there. And it really worked out to the casino's advantage, to these guys' advantage, to go that route. For the performance systems, we have all Macrotech series amplifiers, and for the remaining systems, we're utilizing exclusively CTS series. We have, I'm estimating, around 87 amplifiers for the project, and we're probably at around 250,000 watts of power for of output. We have plenty of power. Every single cabinet has its own amplifier. Every Vertec has its own amplifier. Every VRX has a channel of an amplifier. Each sub has a channel of an amplifier. This way, if we need to add to it for any reasons, we don't necessarily have to buy an amplifier. The Macrotech gave us more of that rock and roll feel, and then we were going to have the horn bands and jazz bands. The MAIs really can kind of field all of that better, more of a tour type amplifier to kind of handle a little bit of everything. But the 12,000s for the subs is perfect because the sonic quality of that out there to us, especially when we get a really good bass player, is outstanding. That amplifier sings with the right bass player. BSS, we have 800 and 160s throughout the casino in different locations, in 4 different locations. As far as zones, we have not necessarily quadrants, but squares all the way around the casino, from column line squares, that we have set those up as separate zones and are able to send different material to any of those situations. For example, for like New Year's Eve, our band was playing, one of the bands was playing at the stage, and we were able to send that to throughout the entire casino for that evening. Essentially, we're using BSS London Architect for the backbone of the system as far as the general control. We're utilizing HiQNet for limiting and error reporting. In the performance space, the Ultra Lounge, we have 5 4500 series wireless microphones for that. Then our stage, like I said before, our stage has totally AKG for all handheld microphones. We have the C5s, we have the LE microphones for all the female vocals, and we have the D40 for instruments and support amplifiers and such.
The AKGs are really clear. We haven't had any complaints at all about them. And a lot of bands come in and want to use their own microphones, and we say, just give it a shot. And sure enough, they always want to stick with the AKG, so we've enjoyed those as well.
DW is probably one of the only companies in the drum profession who has this maze miking, they call it. They will pre-install all the microphones that you want into the drums. There's absolutely no feedback or ring coming off of the microphones at all. The microphone picks up the drum perfectly. The nice thing about Harman is the Harman product line, it has all of those tools in it to build upon very easily. As long as we have room in the racks, we can put the processor there that will give us the extra 16 channels of input. We can add the amplifiers that will continue to build within the HiQNet, that can continue to build within the BSS London Architect family. Blue Link and CobraNet together gives us ultimate possibilities of diversity and change and addition. So the Harman line was very, very smart for the owner to choose, and we're very, very proud to be working with them on this project.